What's good, Commanders fans? Today's preview is brought to you by BetUS. Make sure you guys check out BetUS. So, it's Dallas week, guys. I know people don't really consider a rivalry anymore, and I can't disagree with you if you don't think it is. It doesn't have that same fire, but like I keep saying, we need to have that energy. There's still a lot of Cowboys fans in the DMV to talk trash and stuff like that. So we got to have that energy and get hyped and bring the energy like it is Dallas. We treat this game like it is Dallas week, so we can go in there and blow them out. That's my thoughts on it. Marshon Lattimore is out for this game, so that's the status update for him. Dan Quinn said Dan Quinn is hopeful that he will be available against the Titans on next Sunday. So yeah, he's hopeful about Marshon Lattimore's availability next week against the Titans. There will surely be some debate over whether to rest the hamstring. This is Ben Standing's tweet out here, but right here. But yeah, that's what it is on Marshon Lattimore at this point. Marshon, right now, if I had to guess or bet, I don't think he's going to play until after the bye week. We play the Saints in New Orleans, and of course, that is, if you want to call it a revenge game, whatever you want to call it, but that would be like a homecoming game for Marshon Lattimore. It would kind of make sense. Now, I get it. People are upset because this is so he missed the Steelers game, missed the Eagles game, he's going to miss this game. So that's 3 games now that he has missed since we traded for him. So it's basically been 3 weeks, which is it's a decent amount of time. It's a decent amount of games, 3 games. But I get it's for the playoff push and the playoff run and for the playoffs. That's what we brought him here for. We don't want to rush him back. I did not know the severity of the injury. I didn't know he's going to miss 3 games. Like I've been saying, I really thought it was a Devontae Adams situation, but I think we'll be fine. He will be ready at least for the next Eagles matchup for sure. He definitely will be there for that. And the Falcons with Drake London, Darnell Mooney, and then the first round of the playoffs against whatever team's receiver that we have to play against, whether it's the Vikings or Lions. Hopefully not the Lions in the first round. But if it is, we want all the smoke. Whatever wide receiver one that we have to go up against, he will be ready for, I think, after the bye week in the playoffs. So don't crash out and go crazy and say it was a bad trade, we got fleeced and stuff like that. I would not go that far. And he's under contract next year as well. So I wouldn't get upset just because he missed the first 3 or 4 games that he's here. That's my take on it. Is it ideal? No, it's not. I'd rather him have played, of course, on Thursday night and whatnot if he was fully healthy, but he's not. And he's been running like 3/4 speed. Like if you look at the videos and the clips, he's not running full speed at this point. You can see that he's still definitely not 100%. If you look at the clips that they showed, I think it was John Keim or Scott Abraham showed a couple clips of him running on the side field. He has not practiced yet. He hasn't taken a rep or anything. He's been on the sideline. Curtis Samuel-esque. I don't think it's going to be as bad as Curtis Samuel, of course, but I think I would bet on after the bye week, and he would have more rest. I feel like we can beat the Titans without Marshon. We can beat Dallas without Marshon. We should be able to beat Dallas with the guys that we have on the roster. Even though they do have CeeDee Lamb, who's a good receiver, the Cooper Rush is just not. He's a backup. Cooper Rush is a backup. All right. So let's get to narratives here and stuff like that. So Dan Quinn, of course, playing against Dallas. He was the coach there, Joe Witt Jr. A lot of guys, Tyler Biadasz. He's a captain. Noah I is a captain. Dante Fowler is a captain. Those are our 3 captains. Of course, all those guys played for Dallas last year, playing with Dan Quinn. Or playing under Dan Quinn, and Dorrance Armstrong, former Dallas guy. I feel like there's a couple other guys. Noah Brown played for Dallas too when Dan Quinn was there. So, I mean, you can go on the long list. We got a couple coaches other than Dan Quinn and Joe Witt Jr. that are on the staff that were with Dallas too. So a lot of Dallas here. That's why we joke around and call the Cowmanders or call us the Cowmanders. So that would be fun. And then, Michael Parsons, Trayvon Diggs, they love Dan Quinn. They love him with a passion. We saw what Trayvon and Michael Parsons said on their podcast that they would run through a wall for Dan Quinn and all this stuff. They love Dan Quinn. He just puts a battery in your back. He would show them boxing matches to get them hyped up before games and stuff like that, or in practice. So you're going to see them embrace each other after the game or even before the game. All the players love Dan Quinn. Michael loves Dan Quinn with a passion. RG3 is going to be the legend of the game versus the Cowboys on Sunday. So if you are going to the game, he will be the legend of the game. I guess that legendary rookie season, he will be the legend of the game. So that is interesting to see him back. And he was there last year too, I believe. He was there for a game. So he will be the legend. I don't know what the legend does. I don't know if they go out there on the field and announce stuff or whatever, but he will be the legend of the game on Sunday. But like I said, keys to victory is this is going to be very short and sweet, very simple. This is a cut and dry game. This is a take care of business kind of game. This is a get right kind of game. This is where you stick to your identity and what got you 7 wins or the majority of the wins and get back to your bread and butter this kind of game. It's not going to be a complex game in my opinion. But before we do that, let's get to BetUS. Make sure you guys check out BetUS. First-time users, you get 150% deposit bonus match up to $2,000 on your first deposit on BetUS using promo code YouTube150. And then also on your second and third deposit, you get 125% deposit bonus match up to $2,000 using promo code YouTube150. So make sure you guys check that out. Of course, my play of the day. My plays of the day have not gone too well the last couple games, but I have B-Rob going over 74.5 rushing yards. Joe Mixon just did the Dallas Cowboys dirty on Thursday Night Football. Bijan Robinson had 86 yards on the ground against the Cowboys. Isaac Guerrero for the Niners had 85 yards on the ground against the Cowboys. Who else had a heck of a day against them running? Joe Mixon, how many yards did he have against them? I feel like he almost had 100 yards on them. He had 109 rushing yards and 3 touchdowns. So if you want to take an anytime touchdown score for B-Rob as well, that's something to certainly take a look at. I would definitely take that. I would take the over on the rushing yards, and then an anytime touchdown score is minus 167, which is a lot of juice on it, but I mean, it's the Cowboys. You got to take the over. Basically, every running back has scored a touchdown. Bijan scored a touchdown against them. Joe Mixon had 3. Let me see who else. Yeah, I know for sure Bijan had 1. The guy Isaac Guerrero for the Niners had a touchdown against them. Bijan did not score a touchdown, I'm sorry, but he had 86 yards. Saquon didn't score a touchdown, but for the most part, running backs against Dallas have scored a lot. Alvin Kamara had like 3 or 4 in the beginning of the year. Derrick Henry had 3. So, I mean, B-Rob should score. Austin Eckler, if you want to take a look at him too. But my main plays are going to be Brian Robinson over the rushing yards and then an anytime touchdown score. And I would look at Terry too, man. Every time Terry has a low game or a game where he doesn't do much, he always follows it up with a big game. So I would take a look at Terry McLaurin too. His receiving yards real quick. He's at probably like 50-something. He's always at like 50-something and a half. Yeah, so Terry's at, where is it at? Yeah, but basically, yeah, I would take Terry's over under on I would take the over on his receiving yards. Here we go, right here. Terry McLaurin, 61.5. I would take the over on that. I would take the over on his receiving yards. But the main plays is B-Rob, rushing yards, B-Rob, anytime touchdown score. All right, so keys to victory, guys. Keep it short and sweet. Run the football, man. I mean, run the football. That's what you got to do. Dallas has been awful stopping the run. I basically just explained that to you guys. Since week 6, the Cowboys have been so bad at stopping the run. So here it is. So since week 6, Dallas has allowed the second highest explosive run rate, the 4th most rushing yards per game, and the 3rd highest gap rushing success rate. They're also 31st in rush defense. They're just so bad. They've been so bad this year defensively with or without Micah. So, I mean, Micah Parsons is a really good player, but it doesn't really matter, honestly, with him out there. They're 31st in points per game allowed, yards per play 30th, red zone percentage they're 32nd, forcing turnovers they're 24th in the league as well. So you got to run the football against them. Keep it short and sweet, time of possession, run the clock out, drain the clock. I mean, even if Cooper Rush is out there, you got to turn him over and take the football away, basically. Jaden be Jaden. Jaden uses legs in this game. I'm looking at Brock Purdy. He had 58 yards on the ground. Jalen Hurts had 50 yards on the ground. Like, you can run against this. The quarterbacks have had success running against Dallas's defense too. CJ Stroud had 26 yards on the ground, and he doesn't even run like that. So Jaden's going to have to be a part of the run game. Is he 100% healthy? He's not. But is he healthy enough to hurt the other team on the ground with his legs and be explosive? 4th and 3, 4th and 5, can he run for a first down? 3rd and 9, can he take their soul and run for a first down? Stuff like that is what I'm looking for. And then the design runs on the outside, not the inside, but outside runs. That's what I'm looking for. I do feel like he should keep it on a couple of the RPOs and use his legs because they're going to struggle against that. They're going to struggle against B-Rob and Eckler and McNichols, and they're going to struggle against Jaden running the football using his legs out there as well. Let's see here. What else? Run the football, use Jaden in the run game, get Terry the football, get him involved, guys. Get him involved early and often. He should never have 1 catch for 10 yards. That's inexcusable. I don't give a crap if they're doubling or whatever. Get this man the football. He needs at least 5 catches. Finish in the red zone. Like I said, the Cowboys defense is terrible in the red zone. We got to finish the drives with touchdowns, not field goals. Now, this game, 4th downs, I would be kind of conservative because I feel like our defense should have their way against Cooper Rush and their offense. So I don't think it's a game where we have to press and go for it on fourth down. Like, we can be okay with a field goal. Like last week, we went for it on fourth down. We should have just kicked the field goal. I feel like situations like that, just take the points. We're going to get other opportunities to score. It's not going to be like, oh, man, this is our only time getting in the red zone, so we really, really have to go for it. It's not going to be like that. You're going to have other opportunities to go down and get a good drive and score against the Cowboys' terrible defense at this point. Catch the football. Noah Brown's got to catch the ball. Zach Ertz, Luke McCaffrey, Diami. Alameda. There's been too many drops. They got to catch the football. Too many drops lately. Catch the football. Same thing with Jaden. Jaden's got to be more accurate. You know, what's going on with the ribs and whatnot. So he's got to be more accurate. He's not been accurate. He's not been his usual self that he's been in the first couple weeks of the season. And that's really it for offense. Like I said, keep it short and sweet, man. Keep it simple. Run the football, run the football, run the football, run the football. Keep running it until they're able to stop it and just tire them, punch them in the mouth. Once you punch Dallas in the mouth, just like with the Giants who just released Daniel Jones, they get punched in the mouth, they don't respond, and then you look at the sideline, you see CeeDee Lamb with his head down, you see Micah Parsons pouting, Mike McCarthy with that blank face after doing a fake punt or doing something silly like that. Once you punch them in the mouth, they don't respond, guys. Just like the Giants, they give up and they break easily. The season's basically over for them. They're talking about Deion Sanders and Shedeur Sanders. That's their main thing right now, Jerry Jones or whatever. But once you punch them in the mouth, they're going to give up. Defense, ball is life. Dallas is -11 in the turnover margin. CJ Stroud, what's his name? Cooper Rush will throw the ball your way. You just have to catch the interception. The Texans dropped a couple of interceptions that they should have had, and they still ended up taking the ball away from Cooper Rush and forced a fumble. I need Dante Fowler to get a sack, a strip fumble, or a pick six. That's what I need from my guy Dante Fowler to keep this Pro Bowl All-Pro campaign going against his former team. Let's get a pick six. Let's get a forced fumble. Let's punch the ball out. Stop the run. Dallas cannot run the football. They're like 31st in rush offense. Like I said, keep it simple. Stop Rico Dowdle. Stop Ezekiel Elliott. Double team CD if you have to, or bracket him. You cannot let him go off for 100 yards receiving. You just can't. Kevontae Turpin is a good receiver. Brandon Cooks may be back. They're going to have a couple guys coming back, though. Like Deron Bland should be back. Brandon Cooks should be back. There's a couple guys that are becoming healthy for the Cowboys. But stop the run. Force Cooper Rush to beat us with the pass. Take the ball away. Ball is life, as always. Let me see if there's any other keys. I think that's really it, guys. That really is. Pressure Cooper Rush, stop the run, contain CeeDee Lamb, catch interceptions because he's going to throw it your way. Be ready for the trick play. Be ready for the trick play because they're going to do it. Be ready for on fourth down as well because they're going to go for it on fourth. They're a team that has nothing to lose. They may do a trick play, like I said, a fake punt, stuff like that. That's what they're going to go out there and do. Mike McCarthy likes to do that all the time. Alameda, catch the punt. Field the punt. We cannot hurt ourselves at all this game. And we cannot treat this team lightly like we're just going to go in there and blow them out. I know this is the first time we've been 10-point favorites against Dallas since 2007, but let's act like we're underdogs and play that way. Siebert is trending towards playing, so that's good news. Make your kicks. The weather's going to be 57 degrees, not too windy, no snow, no rain, so it should be fine. Jaden should be fine, even though he's more of a California warm weather kind of guy. But, yeah, we should be fine. And be ready for Kevontae Turpin with the punt returns and the kick returns. We cannot let them have any type of life because that is what gives them life, field position. And their kicker is a darn good kicker. Aubrey, he can kick a 60-yard kick and make it. So, that's what it is. We want to see them on the sideline. When Dak was saying they freaking suck, that's what I'm talking about. When the camera pans to their sideline and their heads are down and they're out of it, that's we got to put our foot on their necks in the first half. That's what we got to do and get these guys out the way. All right, I have us winning 23-10. I think a lot of people have us putting up like 30 and 40, but I think we win 23-10, a modest win. We still cover the spread, but 23-10 is how we win this game. I think we get at least one interception and a strip sack. Their offensive line has struggled. Tyler Guyton's a rookie. Zach Martin might be out. Cooper Beebe is not great. Zach Martin might be out, like I said, and Terrence Steele has struggled. So got to get pressure on them. And the Texans had 5 sacks on Cooper Rush on Monday Night Football. Short week for them as well. We probably will see Trey Lance a little bit, but that's about it, guys. 23-10, we get the dub. Shout out to BetUS. Make sure you guys sign up for BetUS and take advantage of that promo code YouTube150. Everybody have a great weekend. Hell's Commanders. Peace. Oh, and I really think this game is going to be like the Andy Dalton game from a couple years ago. That's how I feel when we blew them out. Not 41-16, but the first one that was at Northwest Stadium. That's how I feel it's going to be similar to that. And I think we won 25-7, if I'm not mistaken, but that's how I think it's going to be this game. But have a great weekend as always, guys. Health Commanders. Peace.